The Youth Services Bureau launched its first job fair this afternoon. The nonprofit agency provides free services and counseling for at-risk youth and their families. But today's job fair was open to anyone. Nearly 450 people of all ages signed up to meet with more than 24 employers. Now, despite labor shortages in some retail sectors, some of those who showed up today say it's been a really tough time finding work.
It has become very difficult. If you are talking about like a year before, people used to contact me with job opportunities. Now, even if I'm contacting them, a lot of them ghost me.
I've been looking for work for a year now, and it's been really difficult. It's been hard, and I have bills to pay. I have a child, and it's been so hard to find a job right now, especially in any office clerical work.
While I was there, I had the chance to interview the YSB's Director of Employment Services. She says the labor market has changed, especially for young people, but there are ways that you can make your CV stand out. We're going to bring you that conversation a little later in the show. Finding a job that fits can be tough, and if you've been dropping off resumes, not getting any callbacks, that can be disheartening. Well, today the Youth Services Bureau tried to change that experience for people of all ages in Ottawa. They ran their first job fair. Hundreds of people registered. I met up with the YSB's Director of Employment Services for a sense of the advice that they're giving the job seekers. Amber, thanks so much for taking the time.
It's my pleasure.
So tell me, what's happening here? What are we looking at behind us here?
So YSB Employment Services is hosting their first ever mega job fair. So this opportunity is for employers to come to a common space to be able to share who they are, what their current employment opportunities are, engage with job seekers, and basically just present what they're looking for, and we're hoping to fill some of their gaps. For sure.
I understand a third of the 400 plus people registered for this are people who have been clients of the Youth Services Bureau. What does this represent for them?
So what we do at YSB Employment Services is we do help clients with every aspect of their job search, from the first step in the door and thinking about what employment might look like to physically applying for jobs. So the third of the clients from YSB that are participating have been active participants of our employment services. We've helped them with every aspect of their journey to date, and now they're ready and they're looking to find work, engage with employers. They've identified which sectors they're interested in. And it's an opportunity right in our backyards.
Kind of intimidating. There's 28 employers here, and just it spans like this entire floor. So no wonder that I love this, because you've got something called Coach's Corner over here. Tell me about what, for someone coming in here who's young, looking at their first job and nervous, what is this meant to do?
This is just meant to make them feel comfortable and at home. And some of our clients come without nourishment, without confidence. Potentially they need a little bit of support, whether that's physical support or just a place to breathe. Right? And when you're done an interview, sometimes you need to debrief. So we have a staff here ready and willing to support that debrief and then that deep breath, and to help them maybe fill a backpack, see what they need to be able to walk to their new job or freshen up for their next interview.
Yeah, I noticed there's toothpaste, there's deodorant, there's anything you might need in a nervous situation, and a confidence coach. I love that. Talk to me a little bit about this, because sort of right after the pandemic, we were hearing a lot about shortages in the labor market in certain retail sectors. They couldn't find people to fill the jobs. Has that changed? Like, what's the labor market like now for young people looking to connect with a job?
Well, I think what we're seeing now is that the job seekers, the young people, they are more prepared. They're feeling ready, at the very least feeling ready to explore what that might look like for them. So again, we are starting to see them come into our service centers more frequently and in larger volumes, which indicated a need to bring everybody to one space. And oftentimes it's bringing them to a space they're already comfortable with. And so the employers saw this as an opportunity to bridge that gap and offer a safe space for them to come and explore.
Are the employers still having a hard time finding people to fill those spots? Is it, if you're someone looking for work right now, are you sort of more in the driver's seat in terms of what you can ask for in a job? How do you view that?
Yeah, so I think what we're experiencing is employers they're absolutely still struggling to fill their employment needs. But I think what we're seeing is employers are starting to veer out of that historical way of promoting their opportunities and being more creative and engaging with the likes of YSB Employment Services and the other aid and service providers across the city of Ottawa. So I think that with the young people coming out now, more engaged, more ready, employers are starting to fill those vacancies. So it's becoming less and less of a job seekers world, and I think we're starting to come to a plateau, which is nice.
I know you were holding with the Youth Services Bureau sessions to prepare young people for what is basically an interview here, right? They go from booth to booth and they can submit their CVs if they want. What's the one piece of critical advice that you have for a young person trying to connect with a job right now?
Well, I would say access the services that are out there and available to you in your own communities, which is Employment Ontario Employment Services. And really, it is becoming more competitive. So I think the more prepared you are, the better you present, the greater the opportunity is going to be for you as you walk in the door to that employer.
If you are someone young and don't have a lot of work experience, is there something that you can highlight that will maybe catch the eye of an employer?
Absolutely, and I think all young people have community hours to complete in school. It's all about marketing those transferable skills. Whether you've been paid or not paid for your employment, as a young person, you have a lot of skills to sell, and often it just takes sitting down with a professional and giving you the confidence to say, yes, you know what, I can do this, I have done that, and I can be paid to do it.
I imagine life experience comes in as something you might want to highlight too.
Absolutely.
Let's end on this. I wonder, is there something that stands out for you when you think of the personal stories of people coming here and trying to sort of bounce back from challenging situations, and whether it's their first job or a job after a long time?
Yeah, so we see a lot of people coming in our doors that have faced multiple complex challenges, personally, professionally, and they are in a position of vulnerability. So I think we have seen the transformation of so many clients come from a position of not being, not living in a stable environment, or really struggling with independence as far as their housing, as far as their financial state. And bringing that client from that point, wrapping around local resources to support them, and bringing them to a place of independence, financial independence, is the most rewarding part of the job that our staff do here at YSB Employment Services.
Well, Amber, thanks so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to chat with us. Really appreciate it. Good luck today.
Okay, thank you very much.